it's also very sad to pass that we did lose a board member who passed on this year, a longtime arts supporter, as well as board member Anna Fox Hind. So we appreciate that and appreciate all she did for us in the past. So with that, going to keep this moving, make sure we talk about some exciting things tonight. I will not spend a lot of time talking about what we've done or what's coming forward. I don't want to steal any of Jason's thunder. To that same end, I would like to introduce my friend and the president of the Knoxville Opera Guild, Mr. Michael Kull.
Good evening. So let's start with a recap of this past season for the Guild activities. And now moving on, let's talk about next year. Yeah, it was quite a challenge, but we made it through. We kept our spirits high, and we have a lot of great things in the works. Now, we did have a little bit of activity. We did have a holiday membership party at Blunt Mansion, which was really well attended and was a great evening. But most of what we did was we just kind of regathered ourselves, got our strategy set, and now we're ready for the new year, and we're excited about that. We did take on a few new Guild board members. We took on Lynn Hossenfeld, Ann May, and Margaret Ritchie, and so we're really pleased to have them joining the board this year. We have our officers for the new year in place. That's Jan Simpson, who is the president-elect, and of course we have Julie Mullaney as the immediate past president. Robin Gold is our secretary. Teresa Stone is our treasurer. And we've added a really good committee position, which is a sponsorship position, which is going to work really tightly with Jason and the opera company to make sure that our fundraising activities are coordinated, which is going to be a really good step, I think, in a positive direction. And we have Janan Dakak working with us in that capacity, and so we're really excited to have that. So those are the people I wanted to call out. That does not have anything to do with the many people who are working tirelessly, constantly to make sure that the Guild and the activities it supports and the funds that it raises on behalf of the opera company are not fully engaged. I just can't mention everybody here. So keep those people in your mind. So I just want to reach out to all of them and say thank you so much for the past year, as difficult as it was. We're looking forward to a new year with a lot of great activity. Speaking of the activity, pretty much every month is going to have a Guild activity. It's going to involve our membership party, which should happen in September. We've got the ever elusive Phoenix still getting ready to rise out of the ashes of COVID, and the Phoenix Ball is back on again and again, and that's going to happen on Saturday, November 19th. That's our largest fundraising opportunity, so we want to make sure that you keep that in your minds and on your calendars. We also have activities, social events that are going to be positioned all around the productions that are scheduled by the Knoxville Opera Company. We've got a holiday opera. We have an Up Close series, Opera Up Close. We've got one in December. We've got one in February. We've got one in March. We've got our croquet tournament, which is always very well attended and well supported. And we have our martini party, which happens in June. And that actually is still pending for, or on the books for this year to close out our season, is our martini party. I would encourage and invite you to please consider purchasing a ticket for that. We have a few left, and you can go onto the Knoxville Opera board, or I'm sorry, the Knoxville Opera website, and you can purchase a ticket right there. So we've still got time to get you in the door, and I hope you will avail yourself of that opportunity. It's going to be a lovely, enchanted evening. The theme is Shakespeare, and the title for the evening is A Midsummer Night's Martini. So, looking forward to that. We'll be peppering in the fall some of the opera regattas that had some really great success, where we have singers on the boat singing while moving, and it's a very moving experience to watch them navigate the trickiness of that surface. But that's going to be a great opportunity for everyone just to find out where they are, show up. It's kind of like a pop-up concert, and it's really a wonderful event. So invite you to keep your eyes open for all of these events. They'll be posted on the website, so you'll know exactly when they're gonna occur. Finally, I wanted to mention we hand out every year the Happy Booker Award, which we give to someone who has been instrumental in the activity, the volunteering, and the basically creating that backbone of support within the Opera Guild. And so I wanted to go ahead and present that award at this time. That's the last thing I'll do, and I'll get out of the way. So let me just say that this person, upon her arrival in 2017, she joined the Guild board, where she immediately became an active member. She co-chaired the Rossini Festival. She volunteered her time and talents for various Guild events, annual ball, the Monday Night Opera programs, the membership campaigns. In fact, in 2021, she single-handedly reconstituted the Guild's activity during COVID by orchestrating our very first ever virtual event, which was called Not Quite Opera, which was a very successful virtual event that was live streamed from the Knoxville Museum of Art. She had joined the board, the Knoxville Opera Board, in 2019 and has been serving as chair of the development committee. And if there's one silver lining to the COVID cloud, it's that she and her husband decided to stay in town when they had an opportunity to relocate. So I thank you for not moving away and allowing us to keep utilizing your wonderful talent and energy and passion to help the Guild and the Opera Company as well. So this year's Happy Booker Award is going to Natalie Davis Dowling.
I want to say, when I first moved here to Knoxville, it was my goal to be involved in the community on many levels. And Knoxville Opera and the Knoxville Opera Guild was the first organization who really welcomed me with open arms, open minds, everything, and just said, come be a part of this organization. We would like for you to be a part of it. And I've met so many wonderful friends through this organization. And it was just the jumpstart for me to become more involved in the community. And I consider Knoxville my home now, even though I'm a Texan. And I will always be a part of Knoxville. And thank you so much for this recognition. I really appreciate it. And by the way, I did not do Not Quite Opera alone. Michael Kull was a very instrumental part, as was Doug Griffey, Madeline Griffey's husband, and many other people, Jason Hardy and others. So that was not just me. So thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, so thank you very much for the time. Now, without further ado, I guess it's back to Frank, so I'll turn the floor over to Frank.
All right. As I said before, and if you remember last year, I'm not a big fan of sitting up here and hearing my own voice for a long time, so we'll make this real quick. Obviously, this past year that we're finishing, finally got back on stage, gave 3 incredible performances with not only our full-scale opera, first time in a couple of years, as well as 2 just amazing concerts. So that being said, I promised my friend that I would not sit up here and give any type of tribute, and I will not. But that being said, I think we would be remiss, and he is not here tonight, unfortunately, but we would be remiss not to recognize the contributions over the last 17 years to the Knoxville Opera, as well as the community of Knoxville itself, Brian Salesky and all he's done. Thank you for that. I do believe he's at home watching. So, Brian, if you couldn't see this, they all stood up. It was very moving. So I'll get emotional for you and we can talk about it later. That being said, just very, very proud of this group. A lot of nonprofits, a lot of arts organizations, theater groups have had a really tough time surviving here over the last couple of the years. This group has survived because of folks like Natalie, because of folks like Eden, because of you, all the people in this room. And understand, while we're sitting up here talking, we would not be who we are. We would not be here without you. And for that, we are eternally, eternally grateful. I will say this, going forward, very excited about some of the things you'll see tonight, very excited about some of the new directions we'll be taking, very excited about some of the things that we'll finally be able to unveil that we've been working on for a while. So with that, with no further ado, because you're going to love this, it's going to be really great. Ladies and gentlemen, my friend Jason Hardy.